In this video, we're going to log into a Chameleon instance using Windows. I highly recommend that if you are able to, install the Linux subsystem for Windows 10 on 64-bit systems. This allows you to use the instructions in our SSH video for OS X and Linux. We've already launched a Chameleon instance. This Chameleon instance has a floating IP address assigned to it, 129.114.108.12, which means that it's publicly accessible to all networks. In addition, we already assigned it a public and private key pair. The instance knows about the public key, codetech_chameleon, and we've downloaded the associated private key that will allow us to log in. If you are on a Windows system that does not have the Linux subsystem installed, then you have to download a third-party SSH client. In this case, I'm using Bitvice SSH, which is a free SSH client. Another popular alternative is Putty. The first thing I need to do before I log into the IP address for the Chameleon instance is that I need to add my private key to the client key manager in Bitvice. Click on Client Key Manager, and then import the key. The extension of the key that I downloaded is PEM. By default, PEM is not an extension that Bitvice recognizes. However, the key format is okay for Bitvice, so go ahead and select All Files as the file type, and then find your key file. Click the Import button. Close this dialog, and now you can log in using that private key. Select your client key in the drop-down to the right. The default username for most Chameleon instances is CC. Finally, enter in the host address of your Chameleon instance. Click Login. You may be asked to verify the fingerprint of your Chameleon host instance. Click Accept and Save. You are now logged in to your Chameleon instance. You'll notice the prompt in your new terminal window says cc, your username for Chameleon, at chameleon-instance-jchua, which in this case is my instance's name. If you'd like to log out of this instance, type exit. After this, you may need to return to your Bitvice window and then click the logout button. It's possible to rebuild a Chameleon instance. This means booting the Chameleon instance from scratch using a fresh image. When you rebuild a Chameleon instance, the operating system will initialize as if it's the first install. This also means that a new RSA fingerprint for the instance will be generated, so that even though you're using the same IP address, your computer may not recognize the fingerprint of the new rebuilt Chameleon node. If you try to log in to the same IP address after the instance has been rebuilt, or you've created a completely new instance, you may get an error message. It'll warn you that the host key has changed. You can simply hit Accept and Save to overwrite the old host key. Thank you for watching this video on how to log into a Chameleon Cloud instance using Windows. If you need help, please email help@chameleoncloud.org.